He was listed, as I said, among the faithful. Now, there are some lessons that we can learn from Samson's life, and I want to talk about that today. First lesson I want to tell you is giftedness does not equate to godliness. Samson was the most gifted man of his day. He had been given all the tools to do great things for God. Yet, in his pride and stubbornness, he lived for his own passions rather than God's purposes. Today, I want to tell you, God has given you the stewardship of both spiritual and physical abilities. And I tell you today, don't waste your potential for serving God and his people because you decided you want to do your own thing. Be a wise steward and put the use of your potential in God's hands and see how God will multiply your usefulness. Oh, yes, he will. You got to be a wise steward. Like I said, we're coming into a new year. It's time to be a wise steward and put your potential in God's hand so he can multiply your youthfulness. Usefulness. I want to tell you that God doesn't give up on his children. Samson made a total mess of his life. He failed to achieve his potential. Yet in the end, he did look to God one last time. God answered his prayer and gave him the strength to strike a severe blow of judgment upon the leadership of the Philistines. I want to ask you today, are you feeling guilty and separated from God because of your sinful choices? But God stands ready to hear and forgive you and restore you to the joy of fellowship with him. Somebody say it ain't over. God is ready to restore me to my rightful place. God is ready to redeem me from my unredeemed state of being. All I have to do is submit to his will. Submit to his way. Because it ain't over. Somebody said, until God says it's over. Third, I want to tell you to choose to pursue God rather than flirt with temptation. Samson chose to continue in a compromising relationship with a harlot named Delilah until it cost him his sight, his freedom, and ultimately his life. Don't see how close you can come to temptation by associating with the wrong crowd or by dwelling in questionable places or doing questionable things. Rather, see how close you can stay to Jesus. Spend time learning and growing from relationships with God's people. Your surroundings, your environment is going to affect your growth and your potential. A lot of us don't believe that. I want you to ponder on that for a minute. Your environment, your surroundings, the people you hang with, is going to affect your growth and your potential. in a positive way or a negative way. So it's important that you stop flirting with temptation. Stop flirting with sin. Not saying that you are perfect, but you like to flirt. Okay? Let's get some discipline, some self-discipline in this new year. Let's move finally over the hill of mediocrity to the victory of overcoming. 2 Timothy 2:22 tells us to flee also youthful lust, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. You have to be around like-minded people. People who are pursuing the right thing. People that are pursuing the faith. People that are demonstrating love, demonstrating peace. God wants us to surround ourselves with those type of people, because those type of people will turn your weakness into strength. And you won't make the same mistake that Samson did. Then ask yourself today, who is your Delilah? What is your Delilah? What is that thorn on your side that have kept you from moving higher in life? That have hindered you because you keep flirting and becoming weak when God is trying to pull you out of that situation and take you to the next level. Who is your Delilah? Who is studying you, seeing your strengths and your weaknesses? Who is that person around you, draining you every time you get full? You got to ask these hard questions to yourself. Because if you go into a new year with an old perspective, you're going to get the same results. Or somebody got to talk to me. If you go into a new year with the same environment, you're going to get the same results. If you go into a new year with the same mindset, you're going to get the same results. It is time for you to stop making excuses, stop blaming others, get up on your feet and move forward. God has put too much in you for you to waste it on nothing. So I encourage you today in closing. The only weakness about you is that has a perception of weak is your humility, which is really strength. Humility is weak strength. So don't make the mistake that Samson did. Because God fulfilled his purpose and fulfilled his last desire, but he still did not live up to his full potential. And I encourage you today, let's make some changes. Let's look around us, see who, what, and where we are in life. See who around us. Do you have any Delilahs around you? Any situations around you? Think about it. Do something about it. Because God is ready to pull you out of the bondage of yourself and move you to the next level. God bless you. And thank you for tuning in to Only Encouragement Across the Table with ELS. Until we speak again, take care and be blessed.